Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel and to the week 30 something or other, 33, 34, I'm not sure, it'll be in the description, of Rachel's weekly challenge, or Roxy's weekly challenge. And this week she's making journal cards from scrapbook papers. So I've just grabbed a few pieces of scrapbook paper from my scraps. Some are closer to being a journal card size than others, but I'll cut them down. I'm not going to do all of these, obviously. I've just grabbed a handful, but there's no way I'm going to get all these done. So I'm just going to go through the ones that I've got. I'm going to aim for doing about maybe 5 if I'm lucky. So it may be that I'll just do these top few, because these are all these top ones are Stamperia papers, which are my favourites. So I'd like to use them because they've just got that gorgeous... Oh, they're just beautiful, really. There's a few others. There's a nice one from a nice Kaisercraft one, which I like as well. It's a bit thinner though, so that'll need some serious backing. That'll need something on the back. And then a few much more modern ones here that much more from when I was doing my scrapbooking. These ones I think I've bought more recently since I've been doing junk journaling, because they fit more in with that style. These are older and much more brightly coloured and much more difficult to use in a way for junk journaling, because they don't really fit the vintage vibe. But they can be covered, and I might be able to use some of them, but I don't know if I'll get to these. Anyway, and this is another one. This is a really good size, and it's got a nice plain backing, so I might just completely cover this and use that. Who knows? Who knows if I'll get there. Right, so I'll just make sure I've got these all to a size that makes sense as a journal card. So this one, I'm just going to make it a bit narrower. It's just a bit too big. I'm not going to really measure it as such. I'm just going to go where I think it'll make a good journal card. And just get rid of that piece. It's a sort of scrap, I suppose. This one, I think, is already quite a nice shape, nice size, but to my eye it's not looking straight, but that could just be my eyes. Let me just double check if it's actually straight on that edge. Not sure. I think that will be fine, and I've just got to decide. They're more or less the same both sides, so you could probably write on the back of this. It's not that dark, so you might not need much. This one is gorgeous. This is from the Imagine pad, and I love this. And I think I'll just leave that as it is, and I'll cover the back. But I'll do a little bit of decoration, but it's not going to need much. It's just so beautiful as it is. Another pink one. That's a good size. This one is too big, so I'm definitely going to cut that one down. And that's good on the back. I'm wondering whether it'll make 2 smaller ones, actually. Yeah, I think perhaps I could. Yeah, that would make two smallish ones. And this one also would make 2. I'm going to cut that down. 2 quite big ones. Okay, so I think that's as much as I'm going to do in the way of preparation. I always find these kind of challenges the most difficult, the most challenging. There's purely decoration, just because I've got so much. There's just so much stuff to choose from. I always find it difficult to do these in any kind of sensible time. They just take me so long to decide what I want to do. I'm just going to put these out of the way somewhere. Not much room left on my desk because I've surrounded myself with things to decorate these with. So I'm just going to have to try and just take them one at a time and see how I get on. So just put those over here. I do try and follow Rachel's way of doing things, and just start with a bit of book page, do a little bit of something on each page, and then do a focal point, and hopefully that will work. So I've got that, but I've also, not only have I got lots of book pages here, I've got some Florentine papers. Actually, that might work. Something pretty in that line, because I've got one with that blue in, which might be nice. And I've also got some digital scraps as well, just to add a bit of variety really. So maybe I won't do book page on this one. Maybe I could use a bit of this and a little bit of script. Might be nice. I think this is from one of my from the travel kit, but it doesn't scream travel, this piece of scripty paper, so maybe that would go quite well on here. Get these bits out of the way. I just grabbed a whole bunch of things that I like the look of in the way of digital pieces from my scraps. I'm just wondering whether a bit of that and a bit of this would go quite nice. Going to tear that down that side. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I just need to, there's a bit of a white edge on here, so I'm just going to tear that down. Oops. Oh, perhaps if I turn it over, give me a bit more grip. I think that's a trick I learnt from Pam, because you've got this little gap here, so if you, although the cork does hold it down nicely, if it's too near the edge it doesn't grab, and then you've got a little gap and it slips. So if you turn it over, you've got the flat side to hold it in place. So I could put that there. Don't really want that bit across the top. That there. And that bit of Florentine paper there, and I quite like that. Right, so then I might come back and put a little something up here. So I'm just going to do that as my first thing that I'm going to do on here. So I think that's what the way Rachel approached it was just as a starting point, but well, she put book page on each one, which I'll put something on each one as a background, and then see where I go from there in the way of focal points. And I love using the Florentine paper, and I don't very often remember to use it except when I'm doing one of Rachel's challenges. I suppose I just associate Florentine paper with her, and they seem to fit. Somehow they seem to work when I'm doing one of her challenges. So that's what I'm going to use. Whoops. I haven't got my little card handy. I've got one around somewhere. Yes. Right, there's one. And let's grab another one. I'll try and do one of these pink ones. This might work best as the background, as the on the back. Whoops. Yeah, that might work best on the back for writing on, I think. And just cover this up. This one I think I will put a bit more. Put this on. So I think we'll just tear a little bit of this off. Oop. Right. Perhaps I'll put that there. And then come back with something else afterwards. That'll be just my starting point then, won't it? Right. Yeah. Such beautiful paper. This is one of Rachel's. I think it's 100 pieces of book page scraps or something. Where's my colour? Right next to me. So you can feel how it's just quality of paper is so different to anything else that I've got. So that's that one. Oh no, this one is almost it's got some book page as part of the paper. I think it's a little bit wide. I might just trim this one down a touch. It just feels a little bit too wide. It's quite hard to know what to do with this one because it's just so pretty as it is. Maybe I'll just put a little bit of, can I get a little bit of Florentine paper on it? That's probably too close. It's almost too close, too similar, isn't it? Well, not almost, it is too similar. Need to have maybe a bit of contrast. That's also got, goes quite well though. Maybe a little bit of that with a little bit of something or other. Where's me? Okay, let's try that a little bit of so I'm thinking music, a bit of music paper. I've got any in here. I did see some lurking in here somewhere. There's other bits. I think it's too white, the piece I saw. It's too white. That I've got in the bag with stuff from Rachel. Oh, there we go. I fancied a bit of music paper. And here is a bit. Because it's already got script on, so it doesn't need any script. Where's my ruler gone? There it is. Oh. It's so soft, this paper. Piece of that there, and then a little piece of this. Might get my other ruler. Oh, it gives me the more torn sort of look. Quite hard to hold it in place. Okay, and then like that there. And then I could just maybe put something there. I really don't want to cover too much of this up, so I think I'll do it like that. Which side of the music paper do I want? That'll be fine, that piece is okay. Whoop. Just caught put a little bit of the glue book on there, but I don't think it shows. I don't think it's stuck. And a bit of this. I'm trying to think of what ephemera would look good on here. I'll come back to it. It's just doing the first layer. I'm just trying to do things the way Rachel did it, because it's her challenge, so I want to do it her way. Okay, so let's just fill this up because it's getting a bit gluey now. So, okay. Got those bits of Florentine paper over there. Right, what we got next? To do one of these pretty blue ones that's sort of like the slightly larger one. A little bit of blue floral. What have we got to go on here? Some beautiful Italian typing. Now, would any of my bits of paper go on here? Nope. No, they're not really in keeping. I've got this as well. Which of course is one of, I'm pretty sure it's from one of Rachel's kits. I do use other kits, but I find when I'm doing one of her challenges, it's that her stuff kind of always works somehow. Whether it's just a connection in my brain with her stuff, I don't know. Don't overdo it. Might use that on something else. Or what's this? Just wondering whether I've got the right blue. Do a bit of blue. Got a bit. This is from a sampler. I quite like that. Let's have a quick look, see if that would work. Turn him over. Oop. Rid of these bits. The colour works quite well there. I'm feeling the urge to ink, so just because it... No, I quite like this, but I do feel I need to just ink that bit of... If I can even find what I've done with my inks. No, well, I'll do that. Maybe I won't bother. I think I put them away. That's foolish. Let's put this on. Well, that's good because that's paler on the back, so it needs to be stuck down on that side. Right. Okay. Oop, gluey. And this one. Which way does this go? That way? Oh no, that way. You can see now. There's little characters. Okay, so that's that one. And let's try, how are we doing? I've got 4. I think I'll do one more because time's marching on, so let's see what I've got over here. I will cut to size. I've got these little ones, haven't I? Let's do a little one. And put a bit of script on there. Bit of script, and what else? Filling in nuggets of Florentine paper again. Let's see what I've got. Anything that'll go. Oh, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? I think this might be a piece of wrapping paper rather than Florentine paper, but it's really beautiful. I don't need anything else. Love that. Let's just try it, see how it looks. I don't know which bit to use now. I've got like that with the blue flowers. I've got the beautiful pink flowers here. And I've still got a bit of blue. So I might just have to trim it down there. Like that. That is very beautiful. And then it might just need not much more, really. I'm just going to glue those down and see if I feel like adding anything else. Oh, actually I'm wondering whether to use this piece instead. So I quite like this stamp up here. Then maybe put a little something in down here. Okay, I'm just going to do those and then come back to it when I've had to think about what I might put there. That up there. Oop. It's going off the edge. Okay, that piece. Is that going to go that way or that way? No, it goes that way, doesn't it? I might just tear this off a little bit more down here. Right, I'm going to put that on there. One of the things you can't really spend too long thinking about it and faffing about trying to make decisions, because never get it finished. Ooh, it's got a bit stuck to the page. If I can wipe off gently. Right, so that's number 5. I think I should try and do a bit of decorating now, otherwise I'll just be doing this forevermore. Let's try and make some space here. Okay. So the scraps. Oop. Alright, so we've got 5 little cards. Now the first thing I want to do, and I forgot to get it out, is get my corner round. Sorry about the bang, that was one of my box that's got my coffee dyed and other dyed papers in it. It's just gone sort of flat rather than, I had it propped up and it just fell over. So I'm just going to corner round these corners. I don't know, I just like my corners rounded on my journal cards. I know Rachel snips hers and I like that look as well, but I'm just going to corner round for simplicity. A little bit curling up here at the corner on this bit here. How are we doing? Did I round this one? Not sure. Do the last 2. It's done. It's sort of a mass making fashion, these things. I'm just doing them all in one go. And then this one. So I'm trying to decide what kind of embellishment some of these are calling for. I think this one is saying bird to me, I think. So of course I haven't actually got all my birds down here. I haven't got my fussy cut birds, I've just got birds that have not been cut round. In fact, oh, maybe I don't need to cut round that. That colour goes really well, doesn't it? That was sitting on top. That was totally unplanned. Although I think I need to, I'm definitely going to have to ink round that. Right, got out my vintage photo. I just feel this needs to be inked a little because it's very white, the background. In fact, I'm wondering whether to just round those corners as well. I think I will. Oop. Going to just soften it around and give it just a little bit of a coloration around the edge, but I'm happy to leave the bit in the middle as it is. I think that goes rather nicely there. Now the other thing I've got to think about is perhaps having a little label there. I did do some stamping of labels myself, as both Rachel and Gail have been doing. And I have got one. Is that colour going to work? Yeah. Maybe it's not dark enough. Oh yeah, it's even got a little very poorly stamped bird on there, I think. Okay, so that can go on there. Right. I am going to glitter glue this, I think. I love all these colours together. I think that works really well. My little. So I've got myself a little stamp, because I know the I hadn't got really any label stamps apart from there's a couple of label style stamps in the Tim Holtz Field Notes stamp set, which I have had for a little while. So I did make some labels with that. But the other thing I've used, if anybody is having trouble getting hold of, I got this from Amazon. It's just a single block with loads of different labels on it. So you can get lots done in one hit. Just ink up the whole thing, or you can ink up half of it. You know, just ink up bits of it if you want to. So I was able to do quite a lot in one go, and they're all different sizes. A couple of them are lined. I thought that's a really good option, rather than buying lots of individual ones or lots of sets. Because the ones that I think both Gail and Rachel have been featuring on their channels. They both had them sent to them, I think, to show them on their channels. But because they come from the US, the postage on them is just so high. There's no way I was going to be able to order them, because you know the postage was costing 2 or 3 times the size of the amount. Unless you bought loads of stamps, spent a fortune and bought a whole set, loads and loads, the postage was just not going to be possible. So I was quite happy with that one I found from Amazon at a fraction of the cost, and it was, because I'm on Prime, it was delivered for free. What have I done with all my little cards? There we are. Right, I've got this one now. Now this one I'm thinking looks very vintagey, so I'm thinking I might go for perhaps some of my vintage ladies. So I've got a couple of sets of these, one from a company, sorry, an Etsy company called Digital Butterflies, I think. This one is a Digital Butterflies. So that looks really pretty there. Perhaps a bit too much at the sides. And then this one, I think this is from an Artie Mae's kit. Female Beauties. I think she's got a couple of Female Beauties kits. That is also really lovely on here. There's a bit of pink in the flowers and a bit of pink in the background. No. Because it's tall, longish, I think I wanted one. I'm not so keen on them. Let's see what else I've got. That one's rather nice. I had a couple of tall ones, but can't find them now. What's this one? Oh, what about her? Oh, I do like her. And I think I'd like a little lace behind her. Have I got anything to hand that I can just quickly add? Maybe a piece of this would be quite nice behind there. Okay, let's do that. Just softens her a bit. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of that lace on here. Oh, glitter glue is not really cooperating terribly well. I think it may have got a bit cold. We had a really cold day here yesterday. I had a jumper on all day. I haven't done that for quite a while. Certainly not. Normally when I start crafting, I get warm. So the fact that I had my jumper on and I was crafting all afternoon, and did not get the urge to take my jumper off, which is very unusual at this time of year. And I know a lot of people are suffering with terrible heat waves, and it's just not reaching this country, that's for sure. They keep telling us it's on its way here. It might waft over at the end of August, but so far, no sign of it. I'm going to put her on there. Not that I really want 40-degree heat, I have to say. Given the choice, I think I'd stick with what we've got. It must be so uncomfortable to have that kind of heat. Very hard to work or to even to craft. I think I'd rather be a little chilly and put a jumper on and be comfortable. So if I put that just there like that, maybe I'll put it a little bit further over. Don't want to line it up with the edge of this paper, that's what I'm trying to avoid. There. Now, does she need a little stamp or maybe a word? I've got some G. Kerr words in here. Depends if I've got anything small enough. This is lovely. It's a bit... Maybe that would work. Got anything else? This is Journey, that's not really what I need. What else we got? Oh, these words don't quite work for me. Anything else? Strength, joy, pride, no. Pretty. No, they're not quite. It's not quite what I. What's that? Happiness. That blends in a bit better with the background. Maybe there. Anything else? Imagine. So I'm spending too long deciding on this now, aren't I? I think I'm going to go with happiness. I think it's on sticker paper. But can I get it off? That's the question. Always. Maybe it's not. I'm sure I got the others on. Yeah, it is on sticker paper. I thought it was. Just getting that corner to come away. Still trying to decide where to put it. Don't want it up here. Maybe I'll put it up here. This one back. Right, let me just check these two that I've finished, whether they need anything. So that definitely needs something on the back. It's very pretty, but it's not very easy to walk. This one I think I can probably get away with because it's plain. But this one will need some backing. So let's just put the glue on here. Going to cover the whole thing up. Excuse me. And I probably will sew around these afterwards, or not that one. That's my fabric ones. Don't want to use those on the paper. Get these ones back. And just go down there. Of course, I probably should have waited to do the corners until after I'd stuck things down, but this little corner round is not doing very well when I've got double layers for some reason. It's especially if it's two pieces that have been glued together. Whether I've been trying to do it when it's still a little bit wet, I don't know. But it's proving a bit tricky to do. So I've been using my scissors anyway around the corners, so I might as well just do it on these bits. You need to clean these, they're getting ever so gunky. Okay. Right, that's that one done. Not getting terribly far with these, but two finished so far. Okay, let's do this one. And again, I think because of the colours, I feel like I'd like to use a vintage lady again. Don't want anything else in the background. So I rather like that. Yeah, I like that. I like the colour. See what else I've got in this box. So I've got a few old photographs. I picked up a bunch of old photographs a while ago from a what's it called? Vintage fair thing. And there's her. I've got a whole load of photos, but I've also got one I'm looking for. I thought I'd cut her out somewhere, but I might have used it. So I've got this, which I think the colour's wrong. I've got it printed in different colour backgrounds. So I've got sepia and I've got black and white. I have now found the picture I was looking for. I thought I had it already cut out, but I hadn't. So I just thought this might go. This is quite a good colour scheme. A good colour to go on here. The sepia one is very yellow, and that doesn't work at all. So I thought I might just see how this goes. This is actually a picture of my great grandmother. So it's quite nice to be able to use it. She's just got the most gorgeous gown on, and I just love this picture of her. So if I can just cut that down a little bit and see if she would go on here. Quite nice to use a picture of her on one of these journal cards, and then I could possibly use it as a journal card in my journal that I'm making for myself, which you will, the video where I'm making it is going to, I think it's going up next week. I think it's going up next week. So you'll see that. Well, it's over a couple of videos where I'm actually going to make, I'm making one to work in myself, which I'm really quite excited about using. Right, so I thought I might have this lovely piece of paper here and then have that going there. Will that work? Maybe I need to put that the other way around so you can actually see the pretty rose. And actually I think that's the right way up anyway. I think I might do that. Okay. Up there. Grab my little card. Oh, no, need that. I'm going to put her there. I'm feeling she needs a bit of lace too now. What can I use? No. I'm gonna have to pull in my big box. That might work. Or a bit of that might that'd be nice. Let me have a look. It's a sort of coffee coloured. It's not been coffee dyed, it's just the colour of the lace. But I just thought it goes quite well. I wonder if I put that under there like that. Goes quite nicely with this paper. Oh, I've got this little bit of pink as well. And there's pink in the background, so I'm thinking, a little bit of coffee lace behind her, and then maybe this tiny piece of pink just at edge. Okay, let's go with that. No, I don't want glue stick for lace, do I? Is that too long? Just a little bit. There we are. Put this nice, really pretty piece of lace just there. And then pop her over the top. It's nice to be able to use some of these old pictures, old family pictures, especially when they're nice pictures. Now does that go there? No, I think it needs to go up a little bit. Yep. Bit there. Now let's see if this is going to work just across the edge at the bottom of the picture there. And it's the same sort of warm pink of the background paper, so I think I might use that. Just across the bottom. Soften the edge. It's not quite stuck yet. Right. I'm just going to put that there. Whoop. Okay. And then I'll have another look at the labels just to see if I need a little something. Here's what. Now this is on coffee dyed paper. If I can just tear it down that little bit, it just says beautiful, and I think that will do nicely. I can just tear it down a little without messing up the word. I might just do that. Just one of my own that I printed onto coffee dyed paper, I think. On the rare occasion when my printer would allow the paper to go through, because normally whenever I try to print onto actual coffee dyed paper it just jams up the printer, so it doesn't happen very often. I haven't managed it very often, but just now and again it cooperates with me. How about that there? Yep, I think that would look nice there. Let's go with my bits of lace. So I don't know if I've got time to do one more. I lost track of time a little bit because of the phone call, because I forgot to turn my timer off. So it kept going while I was on the call, so I don't know how much time I've got left now. I've certainly gone over the 45 minutes, but I think that's a bit gone by the wayside anyway now. Because I would really like to just do this one. Get this one finished. Because it's so pretty. Right, so that's her. Oh, no, the background's fine. I can write on there. Okay, good. So what can we put on this? I have many choices. I brought along my fabric scraps that I've stamped on. I wouldn't mind using something like that, but it's not enough on its own. I've got a little bird there. Oh, maybe put it on a doily. Doily. I don't know if this will work. This is avocado dyed, so the colour may not work. But I feel like it needs a little contrast of some sort here. No, I need something more. It's too pale. And there is this blue. There's so much blue on this page. So I could do with a bit of blue doily. I quite like that. Is that the right way around, that doily? Can't remember. Is that the back or the front? No, that was the back. Right, do they need more? If I've got a label that would go on there, I think that's quite pretty as it is, even though it's quite a small focal point. I still quite like it. I need something else, or a number. What colour do I want? That work? So green label. And then I'm wondering about a little postage stamp down here somewhere. No, not quite that one. I think that stamp's possibly a bit blendy. Well, I've got quite a few bird ones, so I might just try and find one that just stands out a little bit more. Really pretty Malaysian stamp, that's a bit too bright. Too yellow. Too blue. May have to go back to the first one, I don't know. Maybe go for a completely contrasting colour. Maybe that's a good way to go. Oh, I've got this one. Oh, that goes that way. No. I think I want it to go that way. Kind of liking that a bit. I don't know if I want two. I quite like that. I might just cut that down there. I don't need two. Let's cut that last piece of backing paper off, I think. Yeah, that might be it. Right, what I've got here, where'd that come from? Okay, that might go on there. It looks like it fell out of my label book. Right, I'm going to stick these on and then that will be it. I think this is label paper again, which is handy in a way, but it does hold things up slightly because getting the backing off takes so long sometimes. But not this time. That there. And then my little bit of blue doily. Nicely on there. Especially if you layer it up. I like that. Because all the background is so pretty, you don't need anything to cover it all up. And then I just can put this stamp down here. Just to give a little bit of something to balance it out of the corner. Oh, and I've got that label as well, haven't I? Might just pop that on somewhere too, as it jumped out and seemed to want to be used. Where can that go? Can that go down there? Go there maybe. I might just pop that under the little fringy bit because I quite like that. If I can get it under there, I might just try and get that little bit of fringing under on top of the label. Going to work. There. Okay, so that's that one done. I quite like that. Right, that's it for today. Alright, so this is the 4 that I ended up finishing. Oh, except I haven't put the backing on this one, although actually it's not too bad, the backing. I might put something on the back there, but I won't do that in this video because I think we've run out of time. So I've got this one, which I love. Love her. And I love this one as well. I do like these Vintage Lady digitals. I do enjoy using them. And that one has been backed. Oh, sorry, I'm good. Sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness me. Do beg your pardon. And I really like this one as well. I love the colours of this one. And that one doesn't need any extra backing. So there we are. 4 journal cards ready to be used, and I really love them. So thank you very much for joining me. Do join me again soon. Bye for now.